Hello everyone, my name is Silverweed and today we're gonna do something different. It's been a long time since I have done a top 10 of anything or just a general list. So I figured it was about time to do something like this because I really enjoy making these and you guys seem to enjoy them as well. So this time we're gonna take a look at my top 10 favorite titans in School of Dragons. So we have a few titans out now, so I consider it time to do a list on all these magnificent dragons. Now do remember this is a personal list and your opinion might differ from mine, and you're very welcome to come with your suggestions in the comment section. I would love to hear about your favorite titans as well. But let's just get into my list right off the bat. Number 10, the Boneknapper. The Boneknapper Titan was a really impressive Titan when I first saw it. It was very different from the actual dragon. It looks way more ferocious and scary, and I do believe it was released close to Halloween, so that's just perfectly fitting with the appearance of this guy. His jaw is absolutely massive and it looks completely terrifying, but yet really very appealing, like he's gentle on the inside. I just want to pet him, and I know that's strange, but he's just a really impressive dragon, and I really enjoy riding around on my Titan Boneknapper because he is so big and he has such a massive boulder on his tail. Everything is just upscale compared to what he was, and I just really generally like most things about this guy. His fire is really immense and he's just a really nice Titan dragon, and it really goes to show what a Titan dragon should be, a more epic, more grand version of the regular dragon. Number 9, the Dedan Ana. Dedan Ana was one of the first Titans we got. We got the 4 starters at the very start of the Titan age. And the Dedan Ana was instantly my favorite of these 4 because it just looks so amazing. It looks so recognizable compared to the regular one, but still it's different and more cool. It has extra scale, it's a little bit bigger, and I just love these extra kind of horns, I can almost call them, on her head. Her crown is just expanded and it looks absolutely amazing. She looks like a parrot if a parrot would be a dragon. She's like this flashy, really gorgeous dragon that everybody just loves to look at. I really think that the Titan Dedan Ana is one of the most beautiful Titans that we have out there. And the Dedan Ana has gorgeous animations. It's one of the starter dragons that really has good animations still and just works so well with this Titan stage. So I really love this Titan. It's unique, it's a lot but not over the top, if you know what I mean. It has like so many details, but it's not overwhelming, and you can still see that this is a beautiful Dedan Ana, and it just overall works perfectly. Number 8, the Sane Wraith. When I first saw the Sane Wraith Titan, I was a bit confused with the design that it had gotten because it looked so grouchy. It looked so grumpy, or like it was contemplating the universe and just always narrowing its eyes around looking, what is life? How do I deal with life? I do not understand why I look like this. But the more time I spent with him, the more I was flying around with him, I really love this appearance of his because it's so different from any of the other Titans. He's so expressive and he just looks so calm about the entire situation that he's so over life, and he's just flying around chilling in air, and it's just really funny and, you know, amazing at the same time because his design is really cool. He has these big enlarged horns on his head, and his wings are absolutely phenomenal, colossal and with spikes, and his tail fins are also slightly bigger. It's just a really cool Titan, and that head just really puts the crown on it because it's so unique and so funny and, you know, so amazing. I really like this Titan. It took some time for me to come around, but now I really think he's an amazing addition to the Titans. Number 7, the Flightmare. As soon as I laid eyes on this Titan the very first time it got out, I was blown away. I always loved the Flightmare Titan from the very beginning. It's just such a beautiful Titan, and the tail is just phenomenal. It looks like a fish tail he's having now, because the Flightmare kind of always had this fishy appearance over it, dare I say. And it got this really huge underbite now when it's a Titan, which also just makes it appear more like a grim fish in the deep, like an anglerfish, and it just really adds to it adds some depth to the Flightmare's design and really some more story and like the environment this Flightmare is gonna fly around with. It would be in the dark, and then it would attack with its glowing light, or it would attract prey, and just like the anglerfish does in the real life, in the real oceans out there. So really well done also on the realistic aspect of this dragon. It's just straight up its alley. It's riding character of the Flightmare. We get bigger wings in this guy, some more flaps. The only downside to this Titan is that he does no longer have a distinctive pattern on his wings that you can color. The wings kind of just become the same color, where on the original Flightmare it had these long kind of strains that almost looked like lightning going out on his wings. So that's something they, changed. There are still some patterns going on there, but you can't color it. And that's the only thing that I don't like about the Flightmare. Everything else is just phenomenal, and I just love her flying around with this guy. Number 6, the Razor Whip. The Razor Whip is a gorgeous Titan, majorly because it has such nice coloration options. You can pretty much color it like it's wearing an armor. You can color it with some amazing highlights, some amazing blends. The colors are really just prominent no matter where you put them on this Titan. It looks very similar to the regular Razor Whip. It has some bigger scale on it, and its horns are a bit longer. Its armor is more impressive. It's scale armor, and its eye is turning into a red color, which is also a huge change from the previous green one. And I really love this Titan because it just looks like an evolved form of the Razor Whip. It basically looks like something like Pokemon. It just evolved, and this is what it looks like, and it's different enough to be its own standalone evolution, but you can still recognize it, and that's really cool, I think. I do like the regular Razor Whip. It's kind of equal for me. I like both of them equally, but the Titan is definitely a really cool one. Number 5, the Skrill. The Skrill Titan is really astounding because it's so similar to the Skrill, but it's more majestic, almost like a legendary version of the Skrill, so to speak. Its wings and the pattern that it gets on its wings are amazing. It's phenomenal. It's so gorgeous when you're flying around with this Skrill. I could just turn the camera and look down on those wings all day long, and I would not get tired of it because it's such a beautiful pattern. Its scales are so clear. The texture on the Titan Skrill is just really the elite that we have seen on School Dragons. It works so well, and the overall design is also just amazing. We get these really long spikes, and it just overall is flawless. I can't find anything I don't like about it. Its color blends are so incredible. I remember it had a bit of trouble with the colors at the beginning. It was very dark, but the admins fixed that, and now the colors are just so prominent and so powerful on this dragon, so I really love how the Skrill Titan looks. Number 4, the Thunderdrum. The Thunderdrum Titan is a rather special looking one, and it was once again one of the Titans that I had to look at and think about for a little bit before I could form an opinion of it, because it has this huge giant horn on the top of its head, well, on its nose actually, which looks like a unicorn horn that's pushed down to its nose, and it's just colossal, and it looks like it can stab a person with that horn. But his overall appearance, his wings, his texture, and everything else really add up for this kind of awkward horn going on in his face. And the Thunderdrum was always a really beautiful dragon in my opinion, and the Titan just added to that beauty with the wings and the way you can color these wings. It just looks so incredible, and it's so aqua themed. It's such a Tyler class dragon that you cannot mistaking it when you're looking at it. Just like, and instantly, that's an ocean dragon right there, and that's something that's really incredible and amazing with these Titan dragons, that you can just distinguish them from which environment they come instantly. And that really proves that these dragons are great, and the Titan is holding up to the lore surrounding the dragon. And the Thunderdrum is one of those dragons that really just do that. And this long, colossal tail that just goes when he's flying, it's so over the top, but it really works in this case. I love the long tail of the Thunderdrum. It's a really cool and very unique dragon, and that's why the Titan is placed this high on the list. Number 3, the Stormcutter. The Stormcutter almost looks like an eagle in this Titan form, with its wings being cut almost to look like feathers. And to be honest with you, I love it. I love birds. I love every creature that flies in the sky. And birds are one of my absolute favorites. To combine this majestic dragon of the storm god of these 4 giant wings, then to become these eagle wings going out is just incredible, and it's just everything that I love. His horn, or his eyebrow I could almost call it, on his face is bigger and more prominent and just really stands out. And he's a really menacing yet beautiful dragon, and that's something that really strikes me with this Titan, and I just absolutely adore it because it's so cute and it's so majestic and it's just everything at once. Number 2, the Buffalord. This is a Titan I did not expect to love as much as I do. The original Buffalord was not a dragon I was particularly fond of. It was alright, but it was a little bit weird. It was kind of drooling, and it was just, you know, it was a difficult dragon to love for me. But after this Titan form got out, I really just changed my view on this dragon, because the Titan looks phenomenal. It just works so well. The head is so massive and the horns are so huge. He looks like a boss battle from a God of War game. He looks like something out of myth. He is really incredible, and his details are astounding. He's still this big overweight dragon with a lot of puff on him, but he still just looks so menacing and cruel, because the Buffalord is, you know, inferior dragon with some really amazing power. It can really buff up and just explode. That's an incredible skill for a dragon to have. And since the Buffalord by nature is very docile and timid, it doesn't really go out of its way to hurt anybody. This Titan is just such a far stretch from that, because this looks like a dragon that can stand up for itself and defend itself. And if the Buffalord harnessed its full potential, it would be an incredibly powerful dragon, and the Titan really reflects that perfectly. So really gorgeous Titan, and I absolutely love it. Number 1. The Rulli Howl. The Rulli Howl is just the best Titan I've ever seen in my life. I've seen a lot of Titans, Titans that are in the game of School of Dragons yet, but this Rulli Howl is incredible. It takes the cake all the way. It's beautiful, it has these huge horns. It looks like a mystical god that could come out of a forest, out of an Arctic climate, out of a desert, out of anywhere, and just you would start worshipping it instantly. It looks so godly and so glorious that you can't help but be blown away. At least that was my experience when I first saw this dragon. The Rulli Howl was always a favorite of mine, but this Titan just really takes it to a whole new league, because it's so gorgeous. It has so many elements from different animals, and it looks like Toothless too, and Toothless is just a wonderful dragon. The Night Fury has an amazing posture and body shape, and the Rulli Howl takes some of that and just transform it into something different that is unique and still recognizable, and I just love that. I love everything about this Titan. It's so incredible. So that was my list of Titans from School of Dragons. We will get more in the future, so please keep in mind the time of this video in case you see a Titan that's not here. That has been released afterwards that I have not included, and of course there are a few other Titans that I haven't included here. There are a few of the other Titans that I actually like, but I just like the ones I listed on the list way more. So please let me know down in the comment section which are your favorites, which ones do you not like, which are your favorite, which are your least favorite, that kind of stuff. I will look forward to reading it, and thank you so much for watching this list. This was just a fun little thing I wanted to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So long, Dragon Riders!